I'd like to call to order the Finance and Personnel Committee meeting for the City of Monona of Tuesday, September 8th, 2015. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Wood.
Here.
Alder Bussey.
Here.
Mayor Miller.
Here. Is there a motion for the approval of the minutes of the August 3rd meeting?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. Any corrections, additions, or deletions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Minutes have been approved. There's no one here this evening for appearances. There is no unfinished business. Under item 6A, new business, consideration of resolution 15-9-2047, the authorization of the issuance of a $1,500,000 taxable tax increment project revenue bond for TID number 9. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved. Second.
There's a motion second.
Yeah,
Mr. Hodeker.
I'll take this. What this is basically refinancing the Chase Bank loan, 1.5 with Monona State Bank at the interest rate of 3.1. It's handed out. The resolution has the details of the years. So we pay back over 3 years. It's interest only until 3 years, where we can refinance in 2018 once the TID gets going and we get the increment in. We can start paying on it. What this is, though, why we're doing this, a taxable tax increment revenue bond. What this does, if we approve this, it takes it off the debt limit. So when we do our debt calculation, this will not be part of it. Currently, the $1.5 million is, so it's part of that gap that we have. So we'll free up on $1.5 million worth of debt limit, and once the increment comes in, we get a good idea what the project's going to be. We can refinance into a long-term note. Currently, we don't have the increment coming in to go long-term right now.
How does the 3.11, the terms sound very good, but how's 3.11 stack up against our most recent borrowings?
It's just a couple points higher than the most recent one, but it's right on par to what we just got recently.
Not whole points, decimal points.
Decimal points, yeah.
Questions?
How does it fit in the, as far as cash flow for that?
The cash flow right now, the interest would be paid what we're gathering from the Chase Bank. But other than that, we'd like to get into this. To get it off, we have to get it the increment. It has to be supported by TIF increment, so that's why.
Right, but it'll be self-funding through the rental rates?
It will be self-funded, yes.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Just one
Yes,
thing on
Mark?
that. I actually have that starred for tonight, so we can get that going with
Okay.
the bank.
Yep.
Refinance it with the bank.
Makes sense. Good job. Item 6B is convening in closed session under Wisconsin Statute Section 19.85, paren 1, paren C, consideration, employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. This is regarding the appointment of and the compensation for the interim city administrator. And also Section 19.85, paren 1, paren G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral or written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or is likely to become involved. This is regarding the settlement with Clinky Cleaners. Is there a motion to convene in closed session?
So moved. Second.
Motion and second. All those in favor, or roll call?
Alder Bussey.
Aye.
Alder Wood.
Aye.
All right. I'd like to reconvene in open session under Wisconsin Statute Section 19.85, paren 2. Moving on to item D, consideration of resolution 15-9-2045, the authorizing of a settlement with Clinky Cleaners. Is there a motion for approval?
Approval. Second.
Motion second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll?
Alder Wood.
Aye.
Alder Bussey.
Aye.
Motion carried. Moving on to item 6D is consideration of resolution 15-9-2045. Oh, we did that. Do we have to have a motion, Bill, on the other item? No. Okay. Item 7 is acceptance of the general fund's accounts payable checks dated July 31st through September 3rd, 2015. Mark?
This is pretty thick. Just a lot of everyday things. I'm just going to kind of hit on a couple of these things and kind of match what's going on. Also with them. Broadcast on page 2, Broadcasters General Store, just some radio equipment. As you're well aware, the radio equipment is in service. Radio station is going. Carico Aquatics Resource, not too far down. That's an annual contract we have with them. Pay it quarterly.
What is it? What do they do?
The chemicals
for the pool.
supply. Page 4, at the very bottom for student transit, because it goes into page 5.
Right, Mark, just
Yep.
on county safety, it just seemed odd that on the same day I guess they're off by a penny. Never mind. It just kind of looked like a double invoice to me, but they're off by a penny, so they must be two different ones.
On which one's that?
The county safety products.
Page 3.
Oh, page 3. There's 3. Oh, yeah, there's two same invoices.
It's a
They
split of one invoice.
Yeah.
Between two accounts.
Between water and sewer equipment.
All right.
On page 4, it goes to page 5 is the transit. For student transit, this is the bills for June for the express and the lift. Just to let you know, right now we're doing the transit committee's doing a free ride week from the 14th to the 18th. And with that, we'll have some data back and see if that's actually what that resulted in, if any additional riders or whatnot, so we can get some information on that once that happens. Little 5 down, Genesis Painting. Hose tower was painted this summer. Page 8.
Excuse me, Greenleaf Marketing for the transit marketing?
Yes.
That was all part of the
That's part of the
proposed of the
Yes.
agreement? Okay.
Page 8, page 9, goes into page 9, QCEC. That is the Lodge Park Fish Cleaning Station. That was all part of the contract. As you know, that's opened up now. Finished. Page 10, Strand Associates. There's some of the projects they are working on for us. Page 11, University of Rich Golf Course. This is an 800 fund, so we collect the money and then we pay for the mulligans. So we do actually use that money for scholarships and whatnot with that. Page 12.
So, just because that's a substantial number,
Yeah.
those are the greens fees and the contributions everyone makes?
Yes.
Or are these our expenses
That's
for
our
paying?
expenses.
These are the expenses.
Totally.
So there are donations and greens fees that surpass, and then anything above and beyond our hard costs
Yeah,
are used then for
Yeah.
funding something.
yeah, and I can get those hard numbers if you want for this year. What we
Yeah, I mean, no rush, but just so we can see.
have
the-
an idea what it's.
I have an
costing.
idea of what that nets and where that money went to. I know the police department's received it in the past. I don't know.
Yeah, we can do that. I know the fire's done it too.
Yeah.
Page 12, William Cole, just some of the areas he's working on for us. This is 1 month. Down to Wisconsin Automatic Door, the senior center. This is part of our capital improvement plan. Senior center door. Page 14, advanced disposal. Just going to hit on this. This is our July monthly service. Just that the rebate is on target, what we projected, so that's coming where we expected.
So are you the holder of the credit card these days now that city administrator's gone?
Oh, well, his is canceled. I don't.
So how do the bank card services happen?
What page is that? I guess. Bank cards. So each department has one.
Oh,
So Joan would have one. No, very some also have smaller limits, but Dan has one. Jake has one.
so you know whenever they're used, what department
Yep.
used it.
Each one gets each name has what their individual charges, and then they have to produce all the receipts to Joan, and then they have to be signed off on.
Okay, so everything's cool on that.
Yeah, and actually during the audit, that's one of the areas that the auditors always like to look at because that's usually the area of the
Mhm.
most.
Discretionary spending.
Yeah. So they do audit. They usually pick a bunch of months, and they always audit those. Take a look at those invoices.
And your first hints from the audit are good? Have
Yeah.
they given you any feedback?
Yeah, we should have that pretty soon too, and we actually ended up very well for 2014.
Good job.
Page 17, can you touch on before we started this part of Falcon Energy? These are the first quarter and second quarters, the rec charges. And I will work with Shannon. We'll get some audited numbers of what we're saving with going to solar for this year so far.
Do you know what I know it's radio equipment, but do you know what we're buying from General Communications?
Do you know which page it's on?
Yep. Page 18.
I think that's a squad car number. I believe that's the equipment for a squad car. They're changing over. When they get a new car, they put all that new equipment in there. And that's for that.
Okay.
But I'll double check on that. I believe that's
Okay.
what that is.
Because, yeah, I'm not aware that we need to be buying any new radios or anything.
Yeah,
so-
when they put
Okay.
into a new vehicle. Page 24, Struck and Erlin, the micro-surfacing project. This is again all part of the capital improvement plan. And again on page 26, paving and excavating, another part of the capital improvement plan.
On
Page
capital, do you know, have we signed off on acceptance of the cold storage building?
That I'll have to double check on that for sure. Yeah,
The punch list, yeah, make sure the punch list is followed through on. Maybe Alder Thomas knows.
I know a lot is part of the,
Have we accepted the cold storage building is being finished yet? Okay.
Dan Eckloff, kind of speaking of the squad equipment, he does all the, sets all the vehicles up on brand new vehicles, so that's his charge he gives to us. And I think we had 3 vehicles this year, so it's 3 vehicles worth. Badger, on page 30, Badger Land Excavating Corp. These are part of the, it says 2014, but these are part of the outfalls, the areas they've been working on in Bridge Road and Winnequa Road. Page 33, we just, Johnson Trees, we just did our 3rd quarter, so we have 1 more quarter left here. I believe that starts next month, October. Underneath that, landmarks, it's our monthly fuel cost. That is way down for the year, budget-wise, so that'll be some savings.
I saw a forecast $2 a gallon by Christmas.
That's why it's big savings. Wow. Again, on page 38, Wave Communication, the antenna system installation for the cable for the radio station. And kind of underneath that again, Bill Cole's July cost.
Excuse me, Mark, I'm going back to page 34, and I'm sure you're not going to know this answer, but if someone could just get the answer. I say we're paying McKay for right-of-way tree replacement, which is good. Do you know if we're slated to replace the ash trees in front of the church on Nichols
Ones they just took out just recently?
Earlier this summer, you know, they've landscaped where the stumps were,
Yeah.
so there's grass there, but I've been questioned about cutting those trees down, so
I'll
could
get
you
on.
confirm that there will be replacement trees going in those spots?
I'll talk to
please?
Dan tomorrow.
Thank you.
Page 44, just so land tech services, July IT services. We did budget for a lot of activity this for 2015. It was one of these things we're going to have to look at in the budget. We do spend a lot of time, and it does add up. Page 46, Roto-Rooter. They're doing some sewer televising for us. Safe underneath that, Safe Step. We just had some recent sidewalk repairs, part of our capital plan.
Mark, the Purple Cow Organics yard waste disposal,
Yep.
what is that? We pay them to compost
Fair
for us?
compost. Yeah.
Compost, yep.
I notice there's a lot of attorney bills in here. Is there something going on there that? I thought this was pro bono work.
Not in Ireland anymore.
Not in Ireland anymore.
On page 47, the last one, Taser International, just that, updating the equipment for the police department. And that, again, is a part of our capital plan. We replace so many per year.
ICMA retirement, does that cover all staff, or is it just fire and police, or whose
Page is that
retirement?
on?
Page 40.
Yep. Our ACMA is at, I don't know if 90% of that is the opt-out payments for everyone. So each quarter, or each paycheck, basically this amount gets put into that ICMA. So it is mainly for opt-out people. Majority of it is.
All right. Alder Bussey.
Move acceptance of general fund accounts payable dated July 31st to September 3rd, 2015.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Checks have been approved. Good job, Mark.
Move adjournment?
There's a motion for adjournment and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Personnel and Finance is adjourned. Thank you, everyone.